All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and me. More sad news in the world of rock and roll as a great guitarist has passed away. Ian Bairnson, who most notably worked with the Alan Parsons Project, kind of a brilliant, unheralded genius. When Alan Parsons has you working on all of the Alan Parsons Project's albums, that's enough for me. You don't need to convince me that Ian wasn't an unheralded guitar god, small g, of course. Maybe even a poor man's Steve Lukather. He played on more than 100 different albums and he worked with many different artists. They're making a point to say that he did work with Kate Bush, who has become kind of a thing now. And I think she's eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame again. What's interesting is Ian Bairnson should be in the Hall of Fame with Alan Parsons. It's crazy how many quality musicians are leaving planet Earth without the recognition they deserve. Bairnson apparently had a very severe case of dementia, which really culminated in 2018. And they're not listing it as the cause of death, but at age 69, I'm not sure what else it could be. I'm not going to speculate anything as far as the other issues that are going on out there. It just seems that there is a big rash of died much too soon that's going on in the world today, regardless of what the cause is, and if people think, I'm trying to make everything fit into some kind of political agenda, you know what? I really don't care at this point. If you're not alarmed by how many people are prematurely leaving the planet, then I can't help you. I can't. If you think this is normal, then okay, that's your opinion. I disagree with it. Maybe we should strive to try to keep people healthy. Dementia is a very unpredictable disease, and certainly I don't even know if there's any kind of causation or correlation as to what would instigate it and make it so bad that someone eventually succumbs to it. But then again, this world that we're living in right now, there's a high level of toxicity in the food, in the water, possibly in the air. And of course, if you're taking certain medications, can you trust those medications? In any event, getting back to Bairnson, an amazing guitarist. If Alan Parsons says, hey, you're in my band and you're going to work on all 12 of my albums, I guess that's better than being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because Alan Parsons is a genius who hasn't been acknowledged by the Hall of Fame, which is crazy. I mean, anyone who is present for Abbey Road and Dark Side of the Moon, it's just a coincidence, right? That Alan Parsons is there. And he chose Ian Bairnson to be his guitarist. So that's tribute enough. The rock media, of course, is putting it out there, and a couple of my patrons were really saddened by this news over the weekend. And, to link it to some of the other things that are going on right now, I'm not trying to do that. What I'm just trying to say is that there is a group of people out there that are dying before they should. And no matter what the reason is, it's just sad. All right. The music world isn't going to create another Ian Bairnson. He was very original. He had a very unique style, and it fit perfectly with what Alan Parsons did over the years, much like Steely Dan, having people like Skunk Baxter play for them and so many other great guitar players. The thing about the Alan Parsons Project, to put them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's a whole huge cast of characters that have been very important to the project, the Alan Parsons Project, over the years. So you'd have to narrow it down. You would put Ian in there because he was there for all of the music. So in any event, our thoughts and prayers. I know that's not really popular to say thoughts and prayers anymore, right? Because it doesn't matter. I keep hearing this all the time. Thoughts and prayers, that's not going to bring them back. Okay, I'm just sending prayers out to the families, to the fans, to the people closest to Ian Bairnson. And I read a lot of album credits in my day. I used to open those albums up, pull the sleeve out, and start reading. And lo and behold, you'd find people like Ian Bairnson there, but kind of unheralded in the year 2023. It's good to know at least some people are paying tribute to the guy because he was really, really good at what he did. And again, just ask Alan Parsons if you want to know the truth about that. Anyway, folks, that's the video on Ian Bairnson. And let's just hope that we don't have to endure this, every day. I mean, it just seems like this is happening every day where you lose one of these great musicians. But classic rock is going away. It is going away. And the people that created it, who aren't getting the credit that they deserve, which is really sad because compared to the music we have now, some of the greatest music ever created, Alan Parsons, who just is so much better than pretty much everything that's out there now that's coming out. And Alan Parsons still going strong, had an album last year that I talked about, and he still got it. But the problem is I don't think anyone wants to hear it anymore. That's what's really sad, except for old school, hardcore, dedicated fans who still are holding out for maybe, a revival of this type of music. But I wouldn't hold my breath. That's what's really depressing. All right, folks. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you soon.